This meeting is being recorded.
Sorry, Lane, I just realized.
That's
Forgot.
okay.
Thank you, Kelly.
So,
Well,
but like in a good way, not a bad way. So,
yeah.
hi, buddy.
Heart opening, heart
Yeah.
awakening. And actually the 12 days of um that we've been doing, we're in day 9 today. They are called my heart awakening codes. So each week is a code of, okay, what else do we need to know? But it all begins with the heart awakening, the opening of the heart chakra and the softening. So when we're brought to tears, it's because our heart, the walls around our heart are coming down and softening. And it's a beautiful full spectrum of being human. I love it.
It's interesting because for Lane, she got a 22, which is always a significant number when you get those doubles. And it's also about you're being called to action. So something's definitely happening there. So it's really cool. I was very excited for you when I read that. It's like, oh, she's got to do something now. but also in a quiet way, not in a bolstering way. But it was very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love too that the call to action, it doesn't mean you have to start a business, right? Which is what a lot of people think these days. It's like, oh, I guess I got to start a business. Being an entrepreneur is not for everyone. It is not an easy road. And so but what it is your light is going to ripple out and the people will find you. Not necessarily, to be paid in any way, but you are a light worker in what you're doing in your work. And you're going to come into clients that just need the words that you have to say. And the people around you, the family, the relatives, the girlfriends, like your shift within you is going to shift things in the world around you. And that's what a light worker is. A lot of people just feel like, oh, a light worker needs to get paid for what they're doing. Not necessarily, unless you want to, right? That's a choice we have.
Well, and you're a nurse, Lane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother is too, and he's always like, I don't understand this like energy stuff and whatever. I'm like, you're a nurse. Like, you guys, every second of your job, especially if you're in crisis, are running on your intuition. Like, yes, you're using everything you used in school, but you're also like, oh, I need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do
100%.
that. I need to say whatever to the patient for like whatever reason. And it's exactly what they need to hear. So it's like you're doing as much. And it's just part of your job, but it's really who you are.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate actually because I get to serve people for a living. And yeah, that's a gift that I got given because there's usually nurses like running families, everyone's moms and sisters were nurses. I don't have one. I'm the only nurse. So it's like I was called to be a nurse, but it's just like strange how it's just me. It's just meant to be that way, I guess. But
Oh, what a gift.
Mm-hmm.
So grateful for you too. Like, I'm always blown away by the nurses. Like when I'm in emergency room, like 99% of the time, those nurses are absolutely so phenomenally compassionate and caring and intuitive, like Micah said. It's like like when I'm coaching, it's like you're getting intuitive hits all the time. I had a group, Wednesday's group in our circle. There's a woman that came in and she was so happy to be with us. And kind of new on this path and so many things happening for her. But right away, I could feel that she's like, I saw a vision of her almost like a structure that had just a couple pillars grounded in, but not fully grounded, right? So it's like, this intuitive hit of knowing what she needs. And you get that in every client that you walk into, every patient that you see. I'm sure you're like, I have a feeling this guy needs some fresh water or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like you get it. So great. Do you have teachers around you?
Do I have teachers around me?
Because usually it's teachers and nurses.
No,
So where the
no, I
mom's
don't have
a
either.
nurse, yeah, the mom's a nurse, the kid becomes a teacher, or vice versa. It's always one or the other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, there's neither. So it's just kind of funny, I guess, just the way I'm meant to be a nurse.
yeah, yeah. So I want to start today by talking about taking an honest look at your life around you, because if the universe truly wants us to have everything that we desire, if the universe is pouring in this channel of love to us, this beautiful, free flowing life force energy that we can take in and use in whatever way we desire here, the only thing that's blocking that channel is us, our resistance to accepting it. And so if we want to know where we're at, we just need to look at what's around us. Like, where are we at with our relationships, our income, finances, money, health, love? Like, look around you and go, okay, it's good, right? But is it like phenomenal? Are you living like every day going, my God, how did it get this good? Oh my gosh, I love this. Like, so be truthful with yourself. And you certainly don't need to tell us here. But when you look at, okay, and I was talking to John about this morning, so I'm not revealing anything he doesn't know, but I said, our relationship is phenomenal. We love each other deeply, and we're really lucky because we were so young when we started out together. But is it like phenomenal in the relationship? No, I wish we could play more together and do more stuff together, but we're different people. And sure, I could say, okay, let's go buy another trailer so that we can go out and go fishing and go camping and be in nature, because I love that too. And that's what he loves too. So it's like we do this together. This is fun. But there's other things that I like to do that he doesn't. We're very different in a lot of ways. I am a total foodie in that I love, and I think I've shared this before, I love to go to beautiful restaurants with atmosphere and have gourmet food and try different things. He wants to go to McDonald's. So when we go to a restaurant where I'm like, oh, this is so gorgeous, I'm loving this, and I'm having a glass of wine, and he's sitting there going like, tapping his hand, looking around, going, and I'll finish and I'll just want to sit there and talk. And he's like, okay, are you done? It's like, no, I don't want to go with you because you just ruin it for me, right? So there's things and experiences that I want to have that he's like not interested in that. But I hold back because he's not interested. So I've learned in the last couple years to start to look at, okay, where in my life am I holding back from truly experiencing life here and enjoying all the senses? I had a channeling a couple years ago, and I'll read it to you guys later, but I asked, the question was, actually, I'll read that question. The question was, And I was having a back and forth conversation with these beings that called themselves the aperture beings. I said, but if you know that where you, from your perspective, if you basically know that we can create anything that we want here, and that's just a given, then why do we even come here to this earth? Because like, what's the point? And they said, basically enlightenment. There's a depth to the learning. The experiences of this 3D world go beyond what we know or what we know here. We know you can create what you want, but the actual experience that you have in your physical body brings so much more dimension to our understanding, to your soul's growth. And this stays forever. Each life is a different perspective. And I said, what is the end goal? And they said, enlightenment. It's the complete awareness of all that is. This is hard for you to understand in your physical form. You understand a glimpse of it, but there's so much more. It is beyond this understanding. So I'll stop there. So it's like you get to come here for the experience of all the sensory experiences, for, feeling everything, the full spectrum of love, of the highest heights of being in love, like the first time you're in love, and how your heart is fluttery and light and over the moon, and then the grief that comes when you lose that love, like that full spectrum, everything in between. You get to like feel, your pet's fur, like running your hand through something soft and comfortable. Like it just feels so good. And you get to taste all the tastes and hear all the sounds, like the birds chirping and your lover calling your name out, and like just all the blessings of being alive. Enlightenment is being able to accept and see the light. I can't see all that. I need to pull the chat up. You read this quote this morning. Oh, okay. Good point there about yeah, feels like it's rooted in his upbringing. You're so right, Marga. You're so smart. You're so right. Okay, so I read a quote this morning that said enlightenment is being able to accept and see the light within you, not exactly. Yeah, exactly. The light in you. So if we are to be fully enlightened here, it would be to be experiencing everything, of course, without attaching meaning of negative meaning to it. You can attach all of that beautiful meaning that you want of gratitude and joy, because that's what brings those moments to life. You could go and make your coffee or tea in the morning and do it by habit and not even realize what you're doing, or you could do it in the moment, purposefully, with gratitude and going, I just love this first cup of coffee, right? And be fully there. So we get to have these experiences, but we don't allow ourselves to go there. And so my question was like, okay, so if we want to take everything up in our life to the next level, it's really hard to take that quantum leap forward, right? It's really hard to jump here and stay there, which is why when people win the lottery, they lose the money and they're back down to where they were before, because they don't have the capacity to hold that amount of energy. They can't sustain it. We're here. We get it. You may be wherever you are, but let's say we're here. This is my capacity to hold this energy. And I have moments of going up and then we'll come back down. So how do we take those incremental small steps up so that we learn to hold that and then go up again and hold it and go up again and hold it, so that we're not going up and down and up and down, and always coming back down to where you were before, because that is what we're used to. It's like people say, oh, we're creatures of habit. We love routines. Yes. But when you look at it from the energetic perspective, it's about having the capacity to hold that amount of energy. How much love can you hold? How much love can you hold for your life? And so if your relationships and your everything, your health, your career is all here, then how do you take a step forward? So when you look at what would bring more love in for me, how can I bring more love in for me? How can I experience life a little bit more so that I feel more alive? So I thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, I I go for my massages, which I have one today, which I absolutely love. I do, I do my nails, I take care of myself. I have, you know, the things in my routine that make me feel good about me, but they've become part of my routine. So I raised that from what it used to be. I never used to do my nails. I never got lashes. I rarely got massages. So I raised it up. Now that's part of my average. That's where I am. So what now do I need to do to nurture myself, to love myself and go up a little bit more? Well, I never buy myself flowers. I rarely do. Maybe I could buy myself flowers once a month. Once a month, I can go buy that beautiful bouquet, not the grocery store ones, but the beautiful lush bouquet, and be able to have that on my counter that I see every morning and make that part of my routine. Or maybe you need to add in massages or something that you deprive yourself of because you're too busy. Where can you expand a little bit more and bring it up and make yourself feel alive? And this is why people love to travel, because it makes them feel alive. They're seeing things for the first time. They're experiencing new smells, new foods, new experiences, new adventures, right? And they feel so alive. But in our day-to-day life, then what? What can we add in that will expand it? And this is part of your goddess energy, the divine feminine. It's not waiting for someone else to do this for you, but for you being able to go, okay, wait a minute, I'm going to treat myself. Can I dress up and take myself out to lunch at a beautiful restaurant and sit there and enjoy it? Right? Why not? Can I take myself to a beautiful retreat or to a sound bath? Something different. Bring something different into your life that helps you wake up to life, that helps you get out of that lull and just say, "Ooh, this feels good."
I'm going to a live play tomorrow with my girlfriend. And
Fun.
yeah, actually, it's Tanya Riga's the director of the play. Do you remember Tanya from university? She was our drama teacher.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember her.
Yeah.
Oh, good for
So
you.
so she must be semi-retired, but she's yeah. So so my girlfriend and I are going.
Cool.
So yeah, tomorrow.
Was not my favorite class in university.
I got
I know.
100%.
Oh, yeah, you
It was
loved it.
well, it's my jam, right?
Yeah,
It was awesome.
it was not mine.
So I'm excited to go. So that's
That's
one
fun.
thing I'm treating myself to.
Yes, concerts, right? Going out with the girlfriends,
Yeah.
sisters, like do something different. Consciously create moments and experiences in your life that take it up a notch. We can get into such a routine and pattern. And I am saying this from personal experience because that is what happens for me. It's like everything I do is for work. We work. John and I are terrible workaholics and we'll do work all the time. And the pleasure on the acreage on the weekends was working on the acreage, right? It's like moving rocks, building gardens, which was beautiful for a while. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to do this anymore. I need something new and different. So I don't know. Can we go around and share something that like maybe popped into your head? Like, oh, yeah, maybe I could do this. So that it gives us all ideas. Like Dalmain's going to this play. Anything pop up for you guys?
I've been going to the last couple of months classes that are offered at the crystal shop in our area. Like she did a crystal skull class, and they did a class a few weeks ago that were fairy candles. So you put like your intention in the little jar, and then you use the little chime candles to light it so that it invites in like more magic and stuff. So I've been doing that to like connect more to people here because we've lived here for 5 years, but it's like I was starting to get out there and doing sessions a lot more and stuff, and then my daughter moved in and it just all went downhill from there. And she moved in like a few weeks before shutdowns, which was lucky because if she'd have been living with her boyfriend still, they both would have ended up in jail because it was just a really toxic, bad situation. So now I'm like, oh, okay, I need to put myself back out there again, make some friends that are weird like me, and just be okay with it. So
Yeah. Awesome. So that widening that circle of friends, that's beautiful. Yeah.
yeah. And then in the summer, I don't in the winter because it's closed, but there's a little restaurant in our area that they do more like the foodie food that you're talking about. Like it's not somewhere you can take everybody to, but in the summer they have their deck open. So I go like a couple times a month and I do lunch by myself and have a glass of wine and take a book and all
Oh,
the
nice.
things. And my family thinks I'm so weird, but I'm like, why? Nobody talks to you because you're alone and you're drinking wine and you have a book. Of course, they're not going to approach you. I'm basically alone.
And loving being alone.
Right. Yes. Not
That's
even mad about it.
perfect. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah. And then I actually created a list of 100 things that I wanted to do in the year, like experiences and, like maybe it's even just, okay, let's have a picnic. Let's take the kids to the river and have a picnic, right? And, powerful moments that make you feel more alive. It'd be easier just to stay home and let them play in the backyard, but let's just do this. Let's create this powerful moment. I heard of somebody that woke their kids up in the middle of the night to go out and make snow angels. I mean, that's a powerful moment that they'll never forget, right? So, and there's a book I'm reading on that, powerful moments. Kelly? No?
On my plan for the day is to buy myself flowers because when I went last week to visit my aunt, I bought her flowers. I said, oh, I'll grab some before Easter. Well, I never got back to the store. And so kids brought me this little bouquet here.
Oh,
and it's just about dead now. So I thought, well, I'll go. Yesterday I was going to go and then it didn't happen. So today I need to buy gas for my vehicle. And I thought, well, I'll grab some flowers at the same time because I buy myself flowers all the time. And I absolutely love Miley Cyrus's new song. And I'm going, hey, did she write that for me?
Oh, I haven't heard it, I don't think.
I don't even know when it came out, but she won a Grammy for it this year.
Buy myself flowers. Yeah, I can buy myself flowers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I thought, and I think when Taylor Swift started writing all these songs about her exes, I think all these girls are started writing songs about their experiences. And good for them. They're making some really, really great music.
Yeah.
The kids had my vehicle and they had it on a different channel. And I get in the car and this song is on there. And I went, that's a cool song. I'll buy myself flowers. And
Yeah.
then I hear that she wins a Grammy for it. So
Exactly. And that's what
Yeah.
it's about. It's like, don't wait for someone else to make your life, full of powerful moments. Yeah. Any thoughts, Lane?
I've honestly just wanted to go back to that sound bath place again by myself. I had a great time with the friend that I went with, but she was like really restless in it. So it was kind of distracting for my experience because I could hear her moving. She was laying beside me. And she said she's had a hard time sitting still, where I can sit there for hours and just listen to that and be in a blissful state. So I'd like to go and actually do that again and go to, there's a Mexican restaurant in Cochrane that's supposed to be good. So go there and have a margarita by myself. Like
Yeah.
no problem for me to go somewhere by myself. Like if I don't talk to someone all day, oh, that's great. Like the one day I did do this exact thing because I had the kids for a week of nights with my husband. Then he had a week of a pool tournament basically. So it was a lot. So I was like, I'm going to Red Deer for the day. And I did. I just went to Red Deer, went shopping, went to a restaurant I wanted to go to. And I just felt like my cup was so filled. And it was only like 5 hours or something. And so I want to do that more, except for not spend as much money when I go.
There's always that too. But even going to the mountains too or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Carry on.
I'll go
Sorry.
with you, Lane, if you want to go sometime. I can sit still.
I can sit still. Yes, she can. She did. She was right beside me. Didn't interrupt me at all. That's so perfect. That's exactly it. And the like last July, the beginning of July, I went on a hike in the mountains with me and Ellie. And I went with a group of women I'd never ever met before. I booked it with this woman that takes groups of women on mountain hikes because there's so many women that want to hike, but they're afraid to go alone because of bears and that. And so she creates these beautiful adventures. And so it was a mountain hike with a wine and cheese and crackers at the top.
Cool.
And it was really great. And I did not even reach out for anyone to go with me. So, and John was a little like, are you sure about this? Because it was, I don't know, a little over 2-hour drive to get there and then to get home. But I was like, nope, me and Ellie are going. I need this for me. And so, I'm going to challenge you to find something each day to do for you over this next week. Doesn't have to be big, but it could even be it could even be just a conscious, I'm going to take 10 minutes and walk outside and just consciously filling your bucket, filling you up with love. Because when it becomes part of your routine, well, then it's time for something new to expand to the next level. Delmaine, did you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I think I do that all the time because I have the freedom of not being tied down. I'm able to do little things that are often very fun for me. Even just walking outside before it snowed again to check in my bare feet with where the grass was dry and where it was mucky.
Yeah.
And I just did that, right? And little things like that. I know that I need to definitely do something important for this eclipse. I'm not sure what yet, but I really do need to dive into this. And even like we've had a lot of family things happen over the month because it's a birthday month for everybody. My dad and both my kids are in March. So we had 4 parties within 3 weeks. And so it's a lot. And it used to really bother me when people were coming over, not initially, but when they're there for too long, I want to get rid of them because it's too much. And then what I found lately is I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling like, oh, I wish they'd leave now, which I always used to do. And so it's feeling better and better and better being around people, like the anxiety of that. Like, and it was never, I don't know if it was visible to everyone, maybe that was because I'd always go and start cleaning. But that's better. And even just doing something like when my grandkids are here, they can be pretty hairy, but I can focus them just by saying, okay, let's do this. And so my granddaughter's learning to play crib, and she always wants to play. It may not last for very long that she wants to play. So I definitely took the time out to do that, and she did really well. And she pulls in her own rules. So we went around the crib board twice before it was actually finished, because she was at the skunk line when we went around the first time. And so she actually caught up really good and felt very satisfied that she won the second round. So we went around twice. So she said, well, you won once and I won once. And I said, that's perfect, because she hates losing. But little things like that, if I take them aside to do stuff with them, it's so much more memorable, right? And it's got that meaning behind it. So more and more I'm doing that. And I took my mom shopping yesterday when we were out. And so she felt good about that. And because she doesn't get to go and do anything anymore. She keeps bringing up that we took her option to drive away. And I said, Mom, you can't drive. Oh, I bet I could, she says. I bet I could. I said, well, you probably could, but that would be scary. So she's funny that way. That's the only thing that she is mad about what we do until help her. That's the only thing that bugs her, is the fact that her car got sold before she wanted to sell it. So, but these things happen. Like, I'm so grateful for everything I have. I'm so grateful to be able to be here and be the caregiver for my parents. Like, it's how lucky I am to do that. Like, I'll have time when they're gone to do other things. I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. So when we look at our life, look at either your health, your relationships, or your money. Those are the 3 big areas. Abundance, you could say, abundance of, love for you. So look at health, relationships, or abundance of love and care, and the amount you feel alive and doing different things. And if it's something that you do all the time, it doesn't count. You have to do something new and different that expands and makes you go, oh, okay, this is a little stretch for me. And then bring that in, because you want to elevate that area. So maybe it's like, well, I'm going to make sure that I eat 2 really beautiful, super healthy meals this week, or 3, or whatever it is. But you're going to consciously go out and find the recipes and get the groceries. Like, it takes your focus in there to do that. Or maybe I'm going to, do a workout in a different way, or find a new workout outfit for me, or, look at the relationship and go, okay, well, how can I feed love into me more so that it exudes out into my relationships more? So, yeah, so there's your challenge for the week. And before you leave, I want to just read to you these channeling messages, because I think they're really important. So I'm going to get you just to close your eyes while I do it. I'm going to play the music, and we're going to do it in kind of a meditative state. A little bit different. Okay. So settle in. Close your eyes. Take in some nice, long, deep breaths. go of all other thoughts and worries. Slowing your breath down, deepening it, cleansing and clearing out old air from the bottom of your lungs. Bringing yourself back to your normal breathing pattern when you're ready. Feel yourself connect to your heart. Feel that channel of love from your heart connect you to Mother Earth and up into the heart of the universe. Let this light grow, expand, strengthen. Feeling yourself, your feet on the earth, looking up into a starry sky. We've grown and expanded, and we continue to stay open to the light, open to more. And as we acknowledge moving into this solstice, not the solstice, sorry, the solar eclipse, I want you to think about what's in your life is maybe a bit out of alignment with the truth of who you are, who you could potentially be. We were truly fully in our light. What could we let go of that is perpetuating in our life? What could we release? And so as we look up at the starry sky and feel ourselves in this alignment, this channel of light, opening and receiving more light, the question is, where do we go from here? And the message comes in that there's never an end. This is the journey of the soul. You keep going, enjoy the ride. You create space for us. You listen, you laugh, you cry, you learn, you grow. The journey of being human is a gift for you to experience. The physical senses of your experience are a gift. It's a blip in time that you will forever remember and be grateful for. Live every moment fully alive. Feel into every moment. Feel it all. When it doesn't feel good, feel it anyway. Integrate this into your awareness. Create something new. We love you and have loved this journey with all of you. We are always here for you. We flow pure love to you. not as difficult to hear us as you imagine it to be. Simply open the door for us with your questions, set aside your expectations, and we are here. The message is love, pure love. It's always here for you. And this love brings through the strength and love that you are searching for. It brings through the answers and inspirations, for we are always guiding you. Follow the lightness in your heart. It is feeling that feels good. It's the feeling that feels good. And this will guide you step by step. Do not worry that you are imagining. You worry that you're just creating the feeling for what you want. This is not what is happening. Instead, the feeling came first and then the desire. So it is the way for you to follow. As you do this, light expands, the desire expands. Do not let fears shut you down. Each time you feel the fear enter, you have the power to come back to the light. The light will always be stronger than the fear. Stay in the light to follow your heart. Follow your desires. You'll be following your purpose. You are safe, never alone. We are here for you. And we question how. How do you help us? And they said, we help you by sending you more light, more energy, if you will. We can help power you up like you're plugging into an extra energy source. We do not have the way, simply the path in the light. What you choose to create is up to you. And the question came, is it truly possible to create it all, to have all our desires? And they said yes, and so much more. You will see how simple it truly is, like flicking a switch. The material dreams for your physical world are so easy to create. It is like child's play once you see it through our perspective. The journey is the growth you go through along the way. This is why you came, for the deeper learning. And so we question, but if you know that where you are from your perspective, then we must have known this too before coming here. So why do we come to this earth path? And they said, there's a depth to the learning. The experiences of this 3D world go beyond what we know here. We know you can create what you want, but the actual experience that you have in your physical body brings so much more dimension to our understanding, to your soul's growth, and this stays forever. Each life is a different perspective. What is the end goal? Enlightenment is the complete awareness of all that is. It's hard for you to understand in your physical form. You understand a glimpse of it, but there's so much more. It is beyond this understanding. And I asked, who are you? We are light being. We are a group of energy, a collective of light points, and we are here to support your journey. We are the beam, the lights like starlight, the points of light, the aperture beam. We are like the hive mentality, the flock of birds, all flying synchronistically together. We are many points of light with one purpose. And what is that purpose? I ask. To serve the growth of the pure light energy. And what is the most prominent message for us here now? To grow as a soul, to access the wisdom of knowing you are more than what you think, to elevate the human soul to the next level. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Of course, my child, we are always here for you. Breathing into that beautiful message. Knowing this life is your soul growth. It is here for you. Where can you expand more, to hold more, expand that capacity, to hold more energy? What can you let go of? How can you nurture this feeling of being alive here as a soul and find the joy in living in this life? Taking a few deep breaths, we begin to come back. Aware of your space, where you are. Slowly moving your body to be back and opening your eyes when you're ready. All right. So, leaving that challenge with you. Have fun. I can't wait to hear next week what you did. Thinking outside of the box. Okay. All right. Any questions or comments or last words?
Well, mine is definitely let go of lack.
Right. There is no lack and scarcity. It is in our imagination. But embodying that can be tricky.
Mhm. It's funny because I've always, like, even from when I was very young, I remember lots of talk about capital punishment and all this stuff. And a lot of people would say, oh yeah, they should have the death penalty. And it's like, no, no, you're no different than that person that committed murder if you murder someone. And by agreeing to it means you're pulling that switch. You're doing that. So we truly can't have that revenge or that hurtful feeling towards someone, because that means we're them or we're doing what we don't like in them, you know? So it's funny because I've always believed that we have to experience everything throughout all of our lifetime. So we are the murderer in a lifetime. We have done that. Whether it was in war or protection or whatever, we have had the experience of taking someone else's life. Do I want to experience that? No. Do I want to have those kinds of feelings? No, but we have to in order to truly be, like you say, enlightened. So we love those things of joy and love and all that. We don't like the opposites, but we have to know those opposites in order to truly get it, to truly hold that light. So it's something that I think before I ever even thought of anything, that was there. And anytime, of course, I ever said anything, people were aghast that I would say, oh, well, you need to experience that loss of someone being murdered or dying around you too. Like, you need to experience that pain. And of course, those weren't at the time people that ever understood or even had these kind of ideas, right? So yeah, like I get it, and I can feel it. Do I want to go through any of that? No, I don't. And it scares me, but I know that we have to. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's just so nice to be able to talk about it.
Yeah. Right. So cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, the other thing that I watched last night was about the frequency 432. And it was an advertisement in between something else I was watching. Oh, I wrote down a bunch of things about the animals that are connected to the months, birth month. So I was writing things down, and it was an advertisement in between that. And I actually listened to it because somebody else had been talking about the frequencies 432 and how the world actually changed it. Even in music, we tune our instruments to 440. I've always known that. But that's wrong. They changed that. It didn't used to be 440. It used to be 432 hertz. So the world definitely knows what's going on, or the powers that be. But even within the pyramid, apparently there was the frequency 432. And so the pyramids, from what I listened to last night, were meant to be a meditative space with that frequency for the god, like for the rich and wealthy that were there. And there was a lot of abundance at that time. And that's why abundance comes from the frequency 432, and 5G actually is totally messing us up because it's not at that frequency. And that's why our body's having a harder time managing some of the lack that's happening right now, because abundance is directly connected to frequency 432. So that's why chants sound different,
I
because at that frequency.
I just got a download that these new light codes that are coming through the solar eclipse and all of that is going to help us deal with the other frequencies that are throwing things off, like the 5G. So
Right. Yeah. So I just, and I don't normally watch those commercials, but there was something that made me watch it all the way through, and it was very long, but it was needed. Obviously, I needed it.
yeah.
But I think that humming song that you use, the one that's all vocal, the
Mhm.
women just humming, I think that's at
Right.
that. I'm going to check into it, but I get that feeling, because that's why I think I was drawn to it.
Okay. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, that's Faith's hymn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Anybody else? Cool.
Sun does feel different right now. I don't know if you guys are getting much sun up there, but it's been really nice here the last, except for today. It's been like almost 70. And the other day I was out with Liam and the puppies, and I was like, huh, the sun feels way different today.
Oh.
Like it feels warmer than it should. Like the light rays were just like really penetrating. And it actually felt more like when, when you're in the mountains and you're closer, your altitude is higher and the sun feels more intense. Like it felt like that the last few days. I was like, okay, well, here we go.
Ooh. That's cool.
Here we go.
Here we go is right. That's cool. Okay. We're gonna get light by Monday, so sunlight. So
Yeah.
we're excited for that.
You guys have been getting some snow, I hear.
Yeah. It's snowing this morning. Woke up to a couple inches, eh? Like it's so depressing, but turning
We've
on
had-
my sunlight.
Yeah, we've had 20 degrees, and then yesterday was 5.
Oh,
And then today it's supposed to be 15 to 18, and then for the rest of the week it's like in the double digits. So that's beautiful.
lovely.
Micah, which would be very close to 70.
We will.
Okay, I'm like, no, thank you. No. No. Yeah, we have had snow on and off this morning, but it's not sticking, you know, it's that where it can't decide like, oh, it's raining. No, just kidding, it's snowing. It might be rain. No, it's hail. Okay, it's rain. No, let's do a little more snow.
Yeah,
So
we were kind of borderline there yesterday. So, but overnight it dropped down, so we got snow. So it'll melt here, and the sun is very warm. You're right, Micah. It is very intense. Like I have to feel into that. And if you've watched Nancy Rebecca has a lot of information on her YouTube channel about the energies coming in and what they're doing and how it's changing us and changing the consciousness, the collective consciousness for every single person on the earth will feel this and has the opportunity to open to releasing and welcoming in. But yeah, it's whether you see the eclipse or not, it's still bringing through. And she talks about the energy coming through like in waves, like waving, and sometimes faster and vibrating and sometimes slowing down to like wah wah. But how it's coming into our corpus callosum and creating changes in our white matter, I think. Yeah. But I will let you guys go. Thank you. I'm so excited to hear how this week goes for everyone. So next Friday we gather. Thank goodness we are gathering.
Yes, and thank you. I know you guys were talking about that yesterday, about how, we got to stay connected, and I'm hoping we do too, because it's been awesome.
Yeah, we will.
So next Friday, I'll be in the car driving.
Okay.
I might just follow along with the video.
Okay.
Not sure. My daughter's going to work from the car, so she'll be working. I'll be driving. So I just turn you guys on and listen to you. I don't know
Okay.
if I'll be able to engage much. So
Okay.
just depends on how noisy the boys are. So we'll be on our way out there. So apparently we're taking the long way to Red Deer. We're going to go through Lethbridge.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, she needs to connect with some people. So it's like 6 hours down to Lethbridge and then 3 up there. So yeah, it'll be a long day, and then return home on Sunday morning. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's they
Romantic.
wanted to just go and connect with her husband and so he could see the boys. They had to unfortunately put their cat down this week.
Okay.
Oh,
So it was kind of a tough week.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
safe travels.
Yep. be
Thanks,
safe.
but yeah, I'm doing what I can to connect with you guys on Friday. So it'll be in my calendar, and it'll be. I don't know how much I'll be, contributing. I'll
Yeah.
listen.
Okay. Hi, sweetie pie. He's so cute. All right. Bye, you guys. Have a
Have a great
Bye.
weekend, everyone.
bye.
Yeah, you guys too.